It doesn't bother me much. Usually chewing does, but for some reason this doesn't. I think it's cute.
The battle begins.
Nom nom nom.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most epic battle you'll ever see in your goddamn life. Down here in the bottom corner, we have the rat. He likes his ladies like he likes his rats. The rodent, the fierce beast, the python coding master. We have Loarf. Interesting choice here from the Loarf. Very opening up with the Banshee. Banshees, as you know, can attack ground, but they are susceptible to these cannons up here from the North player. He's making his own Banshee. It is the beast, the crunching master, the man who sells his own startup for $10 if he has to.
$10.
Johnny Bees!
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a Banshee coming out from the beast. Two Hydralisks with no support out here from the Loarf. That seems like a questionable decision. Coming out strong from the beast up to the north. Banshee is still holding strong. That Roach is taking some damage. Entering into the field, though, of course, with the cannons, where the Loarf has 1 Marine, 2 Marines, 3 Marines, 4 Marines against this Roach here, which seems to be doing a little bit of damage to the cannon, but he's going to need some more. A Mutalisk out here from the beast. An interesting choice, now to say the less. Mutalisks are typically weak against everything that doesn't. So I personally, you know, as a casting professional here, would have rather him gone with the Banshee, which is doing some damage. Of course, the Hydralisk has decent DPS and is knocking it down. Of course, Banshee goes down. Roach up here from the front. Ooh, and here we go with the first next tier unit here from the Loarf, the tank. Tank sits here in the back, but in the front here comes an Immortal. The Immortal will, of course, hard counter the tank if given the opportunity, but of course the tank has a longer range than the Immortal, so we have this interesting standoff here. Loarf pushing up with the Banshee. I think with this Banshee, because the Immortal cannot hit up, is going to be able to push forward. No spells yet from either of these users. That seems like a wise choice. You don't want to use them. Ooh, Beast coming out here with the Colossus. Impeccable damage is about to be done. Oh, look at that. Disgusting. Disgusting damage, but no support. Ooh, and the freeze on the Colossus. Ooh, that is very wise here by the rat. Very sneaky little rodent move right here. If the beast has some sort of heal, that would be smart, but too late. The beast goes down. With all these units here, I don't know if the beast is going to be able to do anything. He's got the Ultras, which is going to be some nice support, but I was going to say something about the Banshee here, but the cannons take down the Banshee, and look at this damage here. 1 hit, 2 hit, and 2 Roaches go down in 2 hits. These Marines are no match here for the Ultralisk, but these Banshees, very smart choice to counter the Ultralisk, not being able to let force packed up. And Ultralisk will go down, but not without doing susceptible damage. And we have, of course, here the Marines. You know, Marines not great, but if we have enough of them, they do decent enough. And Time Warp slowing them down. It's looking like a standstill. None of these cannons, top tier cannons, have gone down. Of course, the Beast did take a lot of damage from that tank early on in the game. But the Beast is making a nice attack here. Marines slowly whittling down the Banshee, but the Banshee is healed at the last moment. And the Ultralisk, though. Ultralisk is going to destroy these Zealots, but of course, the Banshee up in the air, not going to take any damage. Marines are going to slowly pick away at it. I would personally not heal that Banshee, but again, I am not a professional here. Ooh, he freezes the Ultralisk, but that was sort of a bad move because the Ultralisk is just about to go down. And we have a concave here of Marines, a decent spread here. Remember, this is not your traditional Bejeweled game. It is only 1v1. I am just here spectating. And we have Banshee versus Banshee. That'd be like 2 metapods here against each other. There were no other units. They're just hardened since they can't attack each other. The Ghost can do a lot of damage against the Hydralisk, and probably like the Hydralisk and the Zealot, but just gets cleaned up automatically. And the Banshees here coming out with the Beast are strong, but then they get into the range of the cannons. You really want to approach those cannons with either a tank or an Immortal, if not at the very least your top tier units, which are your Colossus and your Ultralisk here. Let me get some more mood music here, Final Fantasy. This looks like a battle of the ages, ladies and gentlemen. Stand still right in the middle. Little Loarf has one Marine, and of course this tank does good damage, but needs to be supported. And these Marines come back here from the very end of the support. Zealots and tanks coming out here from the Beast, and just Marines coming out here from the Loarf. But hey, he's got a tank in the front doing damage to the cannon. Oh, and the cannon goes down. Zealots are going to eventually clean up that tank. He does his job, though, before he dies. And this Ultralisk is going to do a lot of damage. Tanks do not that much damage against the Ultralisk. I mean, some damage is better than none, but Ultralisk being supported by both a Banshee and a Mortal is going to push the Beast back. The Ultralisk is, of course, going for these Marines, but as soon as he turns to this cannon, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, oh, and the cannon goes down, ladies and gentlemen. The cannon goes down for the Beast. The top tier cannons are both down. No damage really done to either of the cannons here of the Rat, but the Ultralisk goes down. He's still got this Immortal, and the Beast has to worry about this Immortal coming up to these cannons here. But a lot of Zealots coming out. I think there's no worry for that anymore. It's going down, and this counter push here from the Beast looks very, very strong. Roach is coming out. Roaches, of course, can tank a lot of damage, so better than nothing. They are going to get wrapped up, taken down, but these Zealots have already taken so much damage. I think they're probably going to be wiped out by these cannons soon enough, and the tank coming up here from the north by the Loarf. Sorry, I call him the Beast. And the push was strong. The counter push has pushed the Loarf back, but of course the Loarf just biding his time, perhaps waiting up to save some energy for this tank. And the Marines just trickling down here are going to get ravaged by this concave of Marines. This Ultralisk, though, watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, disgusting fatality, man. I had to fight my gag reflex right there. I was about to throw up all over my screen. That was disgusting. We got some tanks, though. Tanks doing decent enough damage. And the cannons, I tell you, those cannons are just doing so much damage. And Immortal and the tank exchange blows. It was a bit like two samurais passing each other and slicing each other's spleens or jugulars or whatever they, you know what I'm talking about. They kill each other. And Beast doing some damage against these cannons. It's actually, now that there's tanks here, it's doing a lot of damage, but as soon as I say that, it's warp cells right on top of it. Ooh, this Ultralisk, though, for a moment looked like the Loarf had a moment of hope, but just that moment, of course, is just a moment in time, and it's slowly fading, but the Rat, like any other rodent out there in the sewers, is struggling to keep his evolutionary genes in the pool. And these tanks are doing good damage, but of course, like any other tanks, they need support. Oh, and he's in range of the cannons. Usually, when you watch this, you so want to like grab some units and pull them back, micro them, but unlike StarCraft 2, which is, just for casuals, StarJeweled is all about pure skill here from both of these, very talented, handsome animals. The Beast, of course, has 2 Banshees, so he's, this tank is holding strong, but the Banshees are just going to be able to pick it off. Like I said, 2 hits, one from each of these Banshees to take out the tank, and a small trickle of Marines. Of course, this Ultralisk versus Ultralisk battles is the best to watch. Look at this. It really comes down to who gets the first hit, but he gets the first hit and he has the support. So it's like they're just mind games, ladies and gentlemen. Mind games upon mind games. And the heal goes down on the Ultralisk. And although the Beast was the favorite to win with a better track record, it looks like it might be choking right now. He's got some. Ooh, look at this. This is the last stand, the last breath, the final frontier. Ultralisk is going to go down without the heal. The DPS out here from the Hydra is slowly whittling down these cannons, but the last stand, of course, the Beast. There's these certain rumors about. I won't click on these because it'll obviously help one of these players, but there's a slight rumor that as soon as you get to the very top, both Buddha and Jesus come and start helping you move your little mouse fingers around. And ooh, look at this! Start really getting some nice combos, and that's really the blessing that's given upon the Beast right now. And he's holding it strong, pushes him back. I'm just gonna stop with the bomb, man. And a lot of cannons by a lot, I mean a lot of zealots wrapping around this cannon, and the time warp goes down. Very smart choice, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's like, oh, it's close, and it goes down. That Ultralisk really could have helped out if he just scooted his little pooch forward. But you know, he may not have done the job there. He's just doing the job now, taking out all these Marines. Clumped up Marines against Ultralisks, not a pretty combo. So a lot like my first relationship, just ends up very, very messy. And here we go. The time warp on this Ultralisk from the Beast would be very smart. Oh, and the time warp from the Rodent coming out, slowing down these Zealots from getting the full surround on the Ultralisk, and the cannon in the back. Very smart choice. Oh, and the heal. Oh, and the Storm, though, countering it. It was a strong counter, but is it going to be enough? Like I said, clumped Marines versus Ultralisks. Not pretty at all. And Ultralisk Tank Marine versus Zealot Marine. Let's see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough call, but a full surround of Zealots can... ooh, was that a heal? It's hard to tell. These actions here, these APM off the charts. Must be like Korean spread with Swedes. I don't even know. It's intense. Oh, and another heal coming out from the Rat. Is it going to be enough, though? So many Zealots. I can't believe that. How much... what is it? Look at this. That must be that last stand movers, of course. Tank going to be taken down. No. You know, the Rat here is choking. One, two, three Marines. Where are these Marines? Where are these Marines? Rat. Oh, he's got to get some Marines quick. He's just choking. What is he? I don't even know what he's doing. He must be twiddling his thumbs, looking at the rain or the sun out there. I don't know, but he had a strong dominance in this game until that very last moment. He's got to be finding some combos right now. And let's take here, but the Beast got, you know, some solid units coming out. Zealots eventually going to make it down to the stream. Oh, you know, sorry for my map awareness. There was a time warp that's actually a very smart choice, because if you can't afford the Storm, the time warp is going to be the best option here for you. And is this tank, or is this cannon going to go down? I don't think it will. It's going to be close. The counter Zealots push him away at the very last moment. This cannon here is about to go down. It's on the edge of death and fate and anything else I can't think of. And pushing this last stand breath here from the Rat. Pushing it back, but is it going to be enough? Like I said, those Zealots that the Beast had originally made up over here have walked their way across the Desert Sierra and pushing it forward. This Ultralisk is from the Loarf, so that's a very smart choice. If the Beast has a time warp cell, it would have been really great, but I think this Ultralisk is going to be enough to push it back. And with the grouping of units, I think that this will be enough for the Rat to push it back. This is just my call, though. I mean, who knows what might happen here. Tank and Ultralisk, I think, will, of course, need really Marines and Zealots any day. That is a lot of Zealots, but just splash damage in general is so powerful. You typically want to do splash damage. Oh, look at this. Is it gonna? Oh, and the heal comes out. You know, heals are probably one of the most underrated spells you can have in this game. Healing wave only costs 250, while these top-tier units cost 500. So it's half the price of these units, but really you essentially get the unit back, and you get him in the front of the action here. Zealots coming out. They're going to do pretty well, but like I said, just splash damage in it. I would have rather him saved up money, perhaps for an Immortal, to do some heavy damage both to the tank and to the Ultralisk. But of course, if you have enough money, why not build another Ultralisk to counter his Ultralisk? Oh, and as I say that, the time warp cell goes down, different from the time bomb. Excuse my casting. That got mixed up, and you know, it's been back and forth, and we're up here. It's almost deja vu. Oh, except I don't remember that ever happening before. That was a sick Storm, but of course, clutch heal comes at the very last moment. 420 no scope Marines coming out here, countering the Ultralisk. That was just impressive. These Marines need to be like some Halo Reach team right out here. Oh, but it doesn't matter if the Covenant have enough Banshees or whatever the heck these things are. And it is Colossus. You know, I personally favor these players have been favoring here the Ultralisk. The Colossus, the first time I think Colossus have been here, and the Colossus has range unlike the Ultralisk, but can still deal the splash damage of the Ultralisk. Not quite as effective against these cannons though, but most of the time you can just gun down the units and have your units do damage against the cannons anyways. The Colossus is going to go down. I don't know if he'll have a heal in time, and he doesn't. But hey, it doesn't matter. We got this tank in the back doing some well damage. We just get a little bit of support. We might be able to whittle down these cannons in the front because it's 2 cannons to 1. This, I don't even want to watch this tank die. That is just sad. You can always tell that a player is beginning to choke or not really be up whenever you see this huge gap of Marines. And Loarf is a bit like a, you know, it's like that Katy Perry song. It's hot or it's cold, because sometimes it's either like non-stop Marines coming out here. But look at this. Look, with Marines, what happened to this? There's no Marines coming out, and that's really what's costing Loarf here in this game. And Johnny Z, while Johnny Z might not be, you know, well, except for now, that's quite impressive, might not have quite the steady income of Marines that the Rat has, he's able to produce them at such a constant rate that he's able to sort of counter that. And this Colossus, if he can just do some of this, he doesn't even need to do the splash damage. Of course, the Zealots, if they can wrap around the Colossus, do a lot of damage to the Colossus. The sort of pro and con of the Ultralisk and the Colossus is the Colossus you do not want surrounded, and the Ultralisk don't really care if you get that much surrounded because they do so much splash damage around them. I am a little bit worried here for Johnny Beast. Like, I talked about and praised him for these constant Marine productions, but I'm just not seeing it right now. Maybe he'll get his last stand. If this Colossus can just hit, these cannons, I think it'll almost be down here for the Loarf, but he's got Marines coming up to support it eventually. The Colossus is about a quarter ways health, and I think he's going to die, though. I don't think the Rat has any sort of heal. I don't even know if we'd want to heal him. He just doesn't have the type of support to really justify that spending. Marine versus Zealots. Zealots will, of course, win. Tank coming out here from the Loarf. Probably casted that when he thought he could have held that position near the cannons, because he loses it automatically. That's just not wise spending here on his part. And I think, Time Warp goes down. The Rat, though, it doesn't matter if he does a Time Warp. He needs to start getting some units. And the Ultralisk, closing in on this cannon. But I don't even know if he needs to make some hits on these cannons, because the Rat just doesn't have enough units. There's one hit. The Zealots down. These Marines are going to go down. Marines slowly doing damage against the Team 1 cannon. And Ultralisk turns around at the last moment. Man, I think it might be over. I don't want to call an early GG, but if this cannon goes down here from the Loarf, and there's no units coming out here from him, it's not going to look pretty. But it doesn't matter. Cannon's strong enough. Banshee Hydralisk now pushing the counter. Banshees are going to do very well against these Zealots, but the Zealots, I think, are just going to be strong enough to clear out the ground forces. I say that, though, but the cannon is in range. Zealots now pushing the favorite back into the Loarf. Middle of the field, dead again. I don't know how long I've been playing this game. 18 minutes. This game, this is some high-level Paladin play, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think GSL or International could ever top any of these players here, and how truly epic and talented each of them really are. Banshee goes down. We have Hydralisks. High DPS, of course, as long as they're not hit. Hydralisks are squishy, but they have high DPS. And the tank here in the back is sitting there. I was going to say, is sitting there, but eventually decides to start doing some firing. Does decide to do it a little bit too late, though, and gets crushed. Banshees, interesting choice. If there was more Zealots here out from the Beast, I think they would have paid for themselves, but I think it was going to get cleaned up. Zealots, I think we're a better choice. A little bit late. Look at me. I'm trying to micro him back. Just can't do it. Zealot's going to take some of the damage, not as tanky as the Roach, but they do enough of their job, and a standoff until these Zealots come, and I think it's going to come back. Tank coming out. Tank will do okay, but really the tank are meant to be used on these cannons, not just on primarily units, and just going to get cleaned up. I hear a sigh of almost defeat here from the Rat, and I think that might be it. Sound like a broken record, but as soon as this cannon goes down, it's going to get the wraparound, and I think it's going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Zealots coming out from the Rat. Last stand, desperation. Some Marines, some Zealots, but We got some Zealots and some Hydralisks here. I just think it's gonna. Just don't think it's gonna be enough. He has this Storm. Maybe he can Storm. He needs Storm, Time Warp, Ultimus, Colossus. He needs everything. I think it's overlays. Oh, as I say that, I need to stop saying those.
Attack.
I just. Oh, but okay. I promise not to say it until it's over. I called it. It's over.
Radiant victory.
This is like a best out of 3.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.